So, great drammers, we've got a whiskey here, a very expensive whiskey here, with a story. So, this is the 2014 cask strength edition of the Laphroaig 25-year-old. Retailed at something like 400 quid. It's a fantastic whiskey, one that I wanted for ages, and bought it, opened it, enjoyed a fair amount of it, until my kind of inner monologue, which just never stops. But the inner monologue just said, for Christ's sake, put this away, you're drinking too much of it. Not in an irresponsible way, but in a, you should savour this because it's not cheap and you're probably not going to want to have to pay for another bottle afterwards. So, I hid it in a Laphroaig 10 tube. If I may just bend down. In a Laphroaig 10 tube, because I figured whilst Laphroaig 10 is, you know, the whiskey that got me into whiskey and by definition took me to this place I am now, I still don't reach for it all that often, only for bizarrely special occasions, because it reminds me of happy times, of all these kind of things, and normally I like to explore new stuff. So put it in there thinking, okay, I won't remember which one it's in. Turns out I really didn't. Ended up losing it for just over a year. I searched high and low in every single Laphroaig tube that I have. So I keep all the ones that are finished as well, which takes up space, but it's a way of just kind of decorating the office and the top of cabinets and all that kind of stuff. And searching every single one at least twice. Then we moved house, so I searched them all again. It took bloody ages. And yeah, couldn't find it at all. And then out of nowhere, turns out this bottle in one of them tubes was in my storage unit until last week. And yeah, found it again, and I'm absolutely over the moon. Because my memory of this is only positive, is only awesome. The detail, long gone, because I haven't tried it for ages. And figured, what a perfect way to welcome it back into my new office, or welcome it into my new office, than doing a video review of it. So apologies for that ramble, but has anyone else ever lost a whiskey they absolutely love for, you know, for no reason whatsoever other than trying to stop themselves drinking the bloody thing too quickly? If so, please leave a comment. I want to hear these stories. It can't just be me, surely. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, because it is one of my favourite whiskies, and because it has been lost for so long, poured myself a slightly bigger one than I would usually for these reviews. Just got to be sure, right? You've got to be sure. So, on the nose, you're getting a very sweet peat, actually. Not like you'd expect from the Laphroaig 10, Laphroaig 10 cask strength, even the 15 or the 16 of last year. It is very, very soft. That peat has kind of almost dwindled away quite a bit, which it does with maturation. Peat dies off over the years, whereas all the other cask influences kind of increase. Very, very fruity. Tons of apples, tons of peaches, hints of tropical fruits, but not enough to actually say which ones. More just that memory of, you know, that umbongo kind of tropics and tropical fruits even. But it's still got some beef to it, some power. There's an underlying peaty, smoky brilliance there. I could sit with this or stand with this for ages. Luckily for you, I can see the battery icon flickering on the screen. Otherwise, I probably would just stand here and nose it for a while longer. Anyway, that is an incredibly complex whiskey. Toffee notes, those kind of almost tropical notes that I was getting on the nose are now just pushing through and becoming full-blown pineapples, full-blown mangoes. The juices, the mouth is going absolutely wild with this thing. The peat is actually really, really soft, but it's still there and it's coating, and I can feel it. I'm almost breathing it. It's like when you have one of those, what is it? Not so much a chewing gum or the airwaves, but those weird strips Listerine used to do, where you put on the tongue, it dissolved, and then you end up breathing mint instead of having the traditional chewing gum thing. It's like that. Instead of breathing mint, I'm breathing peated whiskey, and I'm happy for it. That is superb. So juicy. The mouth, as I said, is just alive, salivating. The finish itself is about medium. It's gone now, but that peated note kind of remains. Maybe we can kind of attribute slightly additional length to that. Absolutely phenomenal. I need to double check what the ABV is on this. 45.1%. Cask strength edition. Matured in a combination of finest Oloroso and American oak. It's really, really good. And what I'm especially enjoying is how the flavour develops. So from all that juiciness and that tropical fruits, developing into, on the tongue at least, especially on the second sip, not so much on the first, but on the second, you're getting a bit more spice, a bit more cinnamon, a little bit more depth, and it is just keeping the mouth interested. And I was definitely wrong earlier, by the way. Nowhere near a short or even medium finish. This guy is lingering, and I'm so happy for it. Wow. I have no idea what these cost at auction, but if you can pick one up, do it. It's sublime. For a whiskey that's been kind of combination matured in American and Oloroso casks, it's really, really interestingly intertwined. There's interest from both sides there. You've got slightly vanilla, you've got tropics, you've got the spice and the depth that you get with the Oloroso, but you're also getting just a wondrous balance of brilliance. And yeah, I honestly couldn't recommend this more. It is an absolutely superb whiskey. Cheers, GreatDrams. I'm going to spend a hell of a lot of time with this afternoon. Bye.